The Kansas State Rifle Association's annual meeting is being held June 29th at the Doubletree by Hilton here in Wichita. With us now to tell us about the event is Travis Couture-Lovelady from the Kansas State Rifle Association. Travis, thank you for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you back on the show again, brother.
John, thank you, my friend. Always good to be with you.
Likewise, Travis. Thank you. Nice talking with you. It's been a while. Travis, let me quickly, and I want to talk about the annual meeting, but first I have to ask you about the Supreme Court recently struck down the Trump-era ban on bump stocks. The left is doing, what they do, forecasting the coming of the end of days. But, the way I see it, and you remember we were in the legislature, and every time we'd pass a gun bill, they'd always say it was Dodge City, But I see this ruling more about ensuring the proper role of government. The American public, if they want bump stocks banned, then Congress can pass a law enacting that. But instead of, some pencil pusher over at the ATF making it a policy choice, isn't that really what this ruling was more about than anything else, Travis?
That's absolutely right. Congress needs to make that decision. It was not up to ATF just to decide one day to redefine them as machine guns, which they are not.
No.
And so that was a wonderful decision, the right decision. And so that debate will continue in Congress where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've seen a lot of the talking heads in the media, and they're much wailing and gnashing of teeth, and they're saying that this is a liberal, out of control court, and of course they're going back to the whole we need to stack the court argument. And I keep sitting here thinking, no, this isn't even, frankly, if I look at it, I don't even think this is a Second Amendment decision. This is a proper role of government decision, and I don't want the ATF or any other bureaucracy making these kinds of decisions without going through the proper channels, regardless of what it is. That's not the role of government. And I think all the court did was say, no, you can't do this because you don't have the authority to do this. Whether we wanted them to, even if it was a piece of policy that we liked, I wouldn't want them doing it.
Exactly right. That is exactly right. That's what the court decided. And it's been interesting to watch like you said, the gnashing of teeth after following that. And I think most people who are freaking out over it don't even know what a bump stock is. I saw some of our friends that would like to ban things, posting things showing just regular stocks, so they thought it was a bump stock, and it's like, no, that is not a bump stock. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Well,
so, yeah.
Keep in mind the president.
Exactly.
The president said he would, wanted to ban AR-18s recently. So, consider the source. The other thing that recently just occurred, and actually this just happened Monday, the National Rifle Association elected Doug Hamlin as executive vice president and CEO. Do you see this as a positive move for the organization? I know that there's been some upheaval at the NRA, but this seems like it's a good move to have a new leadership in place.
Yeah, I've been really excited by what he's been saying. He says, that it's a new era. We're going to be responsible with member dollars and make sure they're going to the fight, and that's where they belong. And Doug is really doing some great things, pushing us forward, and the new board members, one of which will actually be coming to the meeting, in our new NRA second vice president, who was part of the reformers group at the board. And so, yeah, I'm real excited for the new leadership. And the message Doug had was, come back. It's time to come back. I understand that a lot of folks were disgruntled and had good reason to be so, but now it's time to come back. Let's get back in the fight, because we are in a fight, and it is absolutely crucial that everybody rejoins the NRA and we'll get back to work.
Well, you're clearly in a fight. I mean, if you look at the Biden administration, there's no doubt that they are targeting Second Amendment rights. We're talking with Travis Couture-Lovelady from the Kansas State Rifle Association. You mentioned the event, the KSRA 2024 Annual Meeting. It's being held June 29th. That's next weekend here at the Doubletree by Hilton. Can you tell folks what they can expect if they want to attend?
Absolutely. Well, we'll have our annual meeting of members. It is the main thing we have to do based on our bylaws, as get everybody together to reelect board members and elect new board members and officers and such. So we have to take care of that. We got some, other things we have to do, change the bylaws, the typical stuff that with a meeting of members. But then following that, we will have a legislative forum. We're going to have a lot of local candidates there. A lot of the open seat second congressional district candidates, a couple of them will have confirmed to be there. And actually, we will have a great moderator for that. Yourself will be doing that, and we appreciate you stepping up to help us with that. I think that's going to be really exciting to hear from those folks.
My pleasure. Yeah, for those who aren't aware, yes, I am going to moderate the forum of candidates. I think it'll be a great event. And for those who aren't aware, you guys are also, every year at the KSRA event, there's a tremendous opportunity to win raffles. You guys have got, an M1 Garand, you've got a Henry Big Boy, you've got, there are 29 guns in one of these packages alone. There's silent auction items for accessories. It's just an incredible array of raffles and items that people can win. That's one of the things. You always have picked on me about my lack of inventory. This is the way. If I wanted to, I could certainly have a chance with $20 a ticket for your shot at some of these. There's some heck of a good buckets of items here. By the way, I shared a link to all this on the John Whitmer Show Facebook page, but just the raffles alone is a reason to show up.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. And you're right. We've got 4 buckets. Some of those you can join, you can enter, and you don't even have to be there. And then, of course, there is bucket 4, which is the silent auction and live auction items for folks that actually need to be there. And some of those are actually door prizes just for buying a dinner ticket. Come hear our great speakers, which we have Darren Lasort from the National Shooting Sports Foundation. As I mentioned, Mark Vaughn, NRA's second vice president and the president of the Oklahoma Rifle Association. And then he's actually got an interesting story. He was the 2014 NRA Law Enforcement of the Year for his heroic action to stop a violent killer attacking his employees. He ran out to his car, grabbed his firearm, came back in, and neutralized the threat at his own business. So he'll be telling about that story and about his experience on the board with the reform group, and give us a vision of what they're looking for. And then we'll also have Peter Chorchborn, who's the managing director of the NRA Hunters Leadership Forum and the director of the new NRA Hunting Division. So we've got a little bit of something for everybody there. It's going to be really great. And as you mentioned, lots of prizes, over $10,000 in prizes from raffles and from silent auctions and from door prizes from many wonderful sponsors, including businesses right down there in locally and friends locally, political candidates. So, yeah, it's exciting.
It sounds like it, brother. Well, if folks want to connect with you or get involved with the KSRA, they want information on the event, they can visit kansasrifle.org, correct?
That is correct, kansasrifle.org. And if you want to be even more specific, you can go kansasrifle.org/annual meeting 2024, and that'll get you all the info about the meeting. Or you know what? If you just don't get around to signing up early, just come on down to the DoubleTree. We'll let you in.
Next Saturday, Travis, I will see you there. Thank you again for taking the time to join us this evening. Always a pleasure, brother.
Yes, sir. Thanks for helping us promote it, and thanks for helping us with the legislative forum. It's going to be really great for everybody to come and learn more.
Of course, my friend. Always a pleasure.